Hey folks, Poster, welcome back to another Poem Master video, and today we have a special guest on the channel with us, Jackie Lastra, the voice actress for Serena in Pokemon Masters. You may also know her as Iris from AI The Somnium Files, which is huge right now, ASET also, right? Melty from the Rising of the Shield Heroes, Selka from SAO, Aya from Grand Blue, and a bunch of other characters as well. So, how are you doing today, Jackie?
I'm great, thank you. How are you doing?
I'm doing fine. It's just not much to do these days, right? Stuck at home.
Yeah.
Let's get into this. So, um, in terms of this, the whole quarantine situation, how have you been holding up with all this madness? I guess.
It's been an adjustment, but I'm making it. I feel like I've completely had to revamp my home studio, which has been difficult, but also really exciting because now I get to go into the booth and be like, "Ooh, this sounds like when I'm in a professional studio now." So it's been an adjustment for sure. The heat is another thing. I will never take air conditioning studios for granted again.
Uh-huh.
Right now, I'm working out of my closet, which is cozy, but also doesn't get a lot of air circulation. So I feel like a baked potato after every session.
Yeah, that is something I've noticed as well. When I've been streaming, I always hope that we'd get to the point so I could get down stream because it does get rather hot sometimes in these enclosed spaces, right? So,
Yeah, no
yeah.
kidding.
So like, how does it like work now? In terms of voice acting, do they? Since I would assume you guys can't really go into like booths at the moment.
Right. No, it's all from home now. So the engineer is in the booth all by himself, or, sometimes he has one other person in there. They're being safe with their masks. And usually the director is in their home, and we're all communicating via Source Connect and Zoom at the same time. And so if you're dubbing a, an anime, it can be quite difficult with the lag because there's always
Mm-hmm.
going to be some sort of lag. And when you're trying to match lip movements, that's not great. But with video games, it's been much easier because we're just kind of free. But it's also you have to work around connectivity or connectability issues and lags and latency. And it's just, oh, there's lots of issues, but we're all working around it and staying positive and helping each other out.
I've heard a lot about the lag and latency issues, which definitely sounds quite troubling for the most part. About you, you've voiced a lot of different characters in anime, video games, commercials, and other works. So how exactly did you start out? How did you get into voice acting?
Um, Actually, a friend of mine brought me to a voice acting class. She knew, I mean, I've been into anime my entire life. I worked at cons when I was a teenager. It's just always been a huge influence on my life. And I was always into acting, mostly stage acting. And one of my friends was just like, I've been taking this voice acting class. This is kind of right in your wheelhouse, and you already act, so why don't you give it a shot? And I went and I stepped in that booth, and I just knew that I never wanted to do anything else ever again. It was just perfect.
Yeah, it's really great seeing fans of the community, anime community, actually actually getting into it and creating the community, doing work around that. That's definitely always nice to see.
It
Um,
is.
mm-hmm. Yeah. So, let's talk about Pokemon Masters a bit. How does it feel like to be part of like such a huge franchise in Pokemon?
I still haven't quite wrapped my head around the fact that I'm a part of it.
Mm-hmm.
I have been a Pokemon fan since Gen 1, playing Pokemon cards, going to the movies to watch the very first Pokemon movie. Like, I'm a lifelong fan, so this is huge for me to be a part of it. I I'm just blown away.
Yeah. It's definitely I can't even imagine.
It's a dream come true. It
Mm-hmm.
really is.
Yeah. So as for Masters, so how exactly did you get cast as Serena in Poem Masters? How was the process like?
You know, it's honestly I got cast because I have amazing friends who believe in me, and I didn't audition, but I had some of my friends at the studio who were working with production and working with casting. They're just like they kept submitting my demo
Mm-hmm.
to the company when they'd come out with roles that were kind of similar to my voice type. And when they came out with Serena, they, I guess, chose me. And so I didn't even get to audition. They were just like, hey,
Mm-hmm.
we want you to do this role. And I almost passed out.
Yeah, it definitely fits very well. I personally think you did like a fantastic job at this character, which is I think probably one of the harder like these more I guess iconic characters that have roles in the anime and such. It's sometimes it's hard to to voice them in like a different context, and I thought I personally at least I think it was great. I know a lot of people think so as well. So
Thank you. Yeah,
um,
it was a lot
mhm.
of pressure. There were some big shoes to fill.
Yeah,
So,
definitely.
yeah.
So yeah, in terms of the character, did you have like any references? Did you look to the like the anime dub or the Japanese
The
voice?
sub first.
Mm-hmm.
I usually start with the sub just because I want to pay homage to the original, and then listen to the dub right before I was listening, right before recording, just so that I could get in that wheelhouse. And I knew that they wanted her a little bit older than she was originally recorded because they wanted, she
Mm-hmm.
matured a little bit over the years. So that was kind of fun to like take that same voice and just kind of play with it a little bit.
Oh yeah, yeah. It does seem like she is. She does seem like slightly older than she probably was in, I guess, the
Yes,
anime or the games. Yeah. Oh, that
was
makes a lot of
intentional.
sense. That makes a
Yeah.
lot of sense. All right, all right. So, oh, also, when exactly? Because the character came out like I think this. Are we still in July? Yes, we're still in July. Yeah.
Yes, yes, we are still in July.
The character came out a bit earlier. Was it late last month? Earlier this month. So when exactly did you get like cast as it? Like when did you do the work and stuff?
Actually, back in January,
Oh.
I found out that I was cast about mid-January and then recorded. It was either the last week of January or the first week of February. We were still in studios at this point. We
Mm-hmm.
hadn't gone into quarantine.
Oh.
But yeah, so it was so long ago, and
Mm-hmm.
I kept seeing like people getting released who had recorded after me, and I was so confused. I'm just like, let me see her. I want to tell the world. But
Right.
yeah,
Yeah.
got my chance.
Yeah. Well, at least you did do it before the pandemic because I know Jesse, who also came out in the game recently, Jesse and James and Meowth, apparently like due to the COVID, they actually didn't have their lines recorded yet, so they just released the characters before they record that. So well, at least you got to get that in before
Yeah. And
everything
I
went
believe
to.
there were some
Mm-hmm.
characters that did record in quarantine,
Mm-hmm. Oh,
if I'm
really?
if I'm not mistaken.
Oh, well, hopefully that all goes well.
Hopefully.
Yep.
Guess we'll see.
So I was wondering, for a mobile game, right? I would imagine it probably doesn't have like as much lines as, say, what you would record in for example, the Somnia Files, which has like a billion,
Yes.
that's
So
so
many
much.
lines.
Like not even, not just the game, just like everything around the whole like franchise and stuff. So
Yes.
yeah, it's just like how many lines does the mobile games generally have in comparison to like some of the bigger works?
Oh goodness. Vast difference. So the mobile game, so for this one in particular, I would say that the whole recording process, it never passed an hour. It was maybe like a half hour.
Wow.
Yeah, it's very, very quick because there's only if you look at her voice lines, there's only what like five, maybe 10, something like that.
Mm-hmm.
Um, so there aren't a lot. So, which is it's it's bittersweet because it's like, oh, okay, it's an easy job, but
Mm-hmm.
also, oh my gosh, I love this character. I want to do more.
Right.
This is amazing. But if you look at something like the Somnium Files, um, the Samia Files, just my character, which I didn't even have the most lines. I think I had the fourth or fifth
Mm-hmm.
most lines, was about 1,500 lines.
Wow.
Um, but altogether, I believe at the end of the day, I want to say there was close to 90, no, it was 30,000 lines between everybody, because that's a fully full dialogue game. It's everyone
Mm-hmm.
talks all the time, which
Yeah.
is amazing, but it's quite an accomplishment.
It
Yeah,
definitely
no,
is. Yeah.
I went on for a while, but yes, basically that's the difference. Huge difference.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, that game is pretty. It's pretty huge. So. Um. Anyways. Speaking of these characters, have you ever wondered who else you might have want to voice in the game as well? Is there any favorite trainer that you have in the game,
I
or in the
really,
franchise?
uh, she's newer, but I love Marnie. She is
Uh huh.
just so cool. Um, in the older ones, though, I've always loved Misty. She kicks butt. If
Mm-hmm.
I, I mean, Serena's my favorite, hands down, of any of
Wow.
them. Which, yeah, I'm so excited.
Wow.
Well, until Marnie. Marnie is a very
Mm-hmm.
close second.
Yeah,
But
Marnie's
again, I
great.
haven't had a lot of time to get super attached to Marnie like I have Misty and Serena.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that
I
makes
like I
sense.
like strong girls.
Anyways, speaking of, do you have any favorite Pokemon games since you've been playing since what Gen 1, right?
Yes. Blue will always be my favorite. It's the one I started with.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, but I loved yellow just because your little Pikachu followed you around
Mm-hmm.
everywhere. Simple pleasures, but I loved that one. And actually, I really loved the multiplayer gameplay in Sword and Shield.
Mm-hmm.
I know that the people crap on that game a lot because
Oh
of
God.
story and all that. I do hear it, but I had more fun with this game than I have any other game since the first one.
Mm-hmm.
Just because I could play with my friends and it was wonderful.
Yeah. I love Sword and Shield. It's I don't think it's my favorite personally, but I really do like a lot of things that they've done.
What's your
People
favorite?
are missing out. I think my favorite's probably Emerald.
Oh, okay.
Um, yeah, I really like the Battle Frontier. I like a lot of the characters. May was great, I thought.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, I like Wallace a lot too. Wally. So yeah, that's probably mine, I guess. How about Pokemon in terms of your favorite Pokemon or Pokemons, because it's hard to pinpoint down
Yes,
one
it is
for
very,
folks.
very hard
At
to
least
narrow down.
yeah.
I've always loved the evolutions. Um, Probably Leafeon and Umbreon are my favorites.
I love Umbreon.
Yes. Um, yeah, I'm gonna stick with those. They've always been close to my heart.
All right, that's fair. That's fair. um, Oh, anyways, one more thing. Folks did want me to ask. Are you aware of how like absolutely broken Serena is in Pokemon Masters? She's probably the best unit all around right now.
I have heard this. I unfortunately have not pulled Serena yet,
Yikes.
but hopefully I will. But people keep saying that they're leveling her up and she's just destroying, and I'm just like, but
Mm-hmm.
I want to destroy too
Oh,
one day.
oh well.
But you know what? It's just because she's the coolest character and nothing can hold her back.
No, that's fair. uh, yeah. Oh, they should just TNA should probably just give you guys the characters you guys voiced for,
Absolutely.
right?
Come on. I don't know. I don't know if they could even do that. I don't know technology.
Probably not. I don't know.
I
It's
don't know.
but yeah. Anyways, oh yes. One more question. Hopefully it's not like too off as a question, but folks really wanted me to ask you if you do ship Ash with Serena at all. If you watch the XI anime.
Yes, I get this a lot.
Uh
Yes, absolutely. I ship them. I love ships, and
huh.
they are. If he could be with anyone in the Pokemon universe, that is who he'd be with. 100%.
Well, folks, there you go. You got the answer from Serena's voice actress herself. So, oh, there we go. Anyways, that was great. Thank you so much for coming on and talking with us without your role in Poem Masters, Serena, and all the other fascinating stuff that we've talked about. So, anyways, where can folks find and follow your work?
Oh, well, you could follow me on Twitter at Jackie Lastra, on Instagram at Jackie Lynn VO. You could watch my Twitch streams at Moon Princess. Well, Princess without the vowels, so it's MOONPRNCSS because I have to be difficult.
Oh
Uh,
boy. Oh, hey, Twitch.
yeah!
Anyways, I'll have all the links in the description box down below, so if you guys want to check that out, go ahead. And anyways, again, thank you guys for tuning in. Thank you, Jackie, so much for coming on, and I'll see you guys in the next one then.
Thank you!